is everybody? Scott, where is everybody? I'm here. I'm ready for the show. I forgot. I'll be right there. We're rolling? Okay, guess the show's gonna go on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to A Night of Champions. This is our annual opportunity to celebrate the accomplishments of our student athletes and to pay tribute to our seniors who have given so much over the course of their career to turn this program into one of the very best programs in the country. Let's face it, these past few months have been really challenging. They've been difficult. Everybody's had their lives upended. Many of our student athletes didn't have the opportunity to complete their final season. It's been heavy, it's been hard, it's been all-encompassing. I wish it were different. I wish I could be together with you tonight to celebrate together at Night Auditorium, but it's not to be. But I'll tell you, I have been so impressed with the way that you've handled these challenges, with pride and purpose and ingenuity like only Babson students can. Well, for one night, let's put all that aside and let's have a little fun. This is going to be a really exciting night, and I am really jazzed about it. We have a ton of great awards to give out. We've got some wonderful videos by our favorite videographer, Temi Baj. We've got a special guest appearance by Dean Ward. And at the end of the night is a really special compilation of some of the more significant moments of the past year that will absolutely bring the house down. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce you to President Spinelli, who's here to give a special introduction. The program will last about 45 minutes, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Over to you, Steve.
I know this isn't the way you wanted to end your athletic career at Babson, but remember, you'll always be a scholar athlete. Your experiences in practice and competition are as important as your coursework, and indeed enhances your learning. As a two-sport D3 athlete, I still lean on my experiences in football and lacrosse. The pandemic's interruption of your senior year is gut-wrenching, and most of you know what gut-wrenching means because of your athletic experience. You have a competitive advantage based on intestinal fortitude. Use this experience to prove you are toughened by adversity, and you will create value. Be the entrepreneurial leader Babson has taught you to be. Lost traditions can be shaped into new traditions. Disappointments can be transformed into inspiration. Can you support, encourage, and motivate the juniors to rise up as seniors and perform above expectations? Will you remember the exceptional moments in your athletic career and achieve even more in your professional career? Time will tell the story of the class of 2020. You are the authors, and you will be watched more carefully and with greater expectations than most. I put your class in the same category as the 1929 Great Depression class and the 1941 World War II class. I'm betting on you. Babson is counting on you.
Named for Paul Stockey, the Stockey Award is presented to an individual in the Babson community who has consistently demonstrated a commitment of service for the betterment of Babson athletics. The winner is
The Babson Recreation and Athletics Complex is the largest facilities project the college has ever undertaken. It's a new home for our athletics programs and a terrific place to build Babson pride. Kate Domain has been at the center of its construction from the very beginning. Her knowledge of the building and its many components helped to keep everything on track every step of the way. She had great personal relationships with everyone involved. Her easygoing demeanor and kind and empathetic responses to our many questions and conflicting points of view helped to keep everything on track and kept us all rowing in the same direction. For me personally and for Babson Athletics, Kate was always there to ask the important question or push a little bit harder on an issue she knew would make a difference for our coaches and student athletes. She has a keen eye for detail and made sure to point out things that would not only improve the appearance, but also the functionality of the building. Her foresight for items we would need in the future or things we hadn't considered pushed all of us to construct the very best building possible for our campus community. Kate holds responsibilities for many other construction projects on campus, but I never felt like we were asking too much of her time or getting a hasty response so she could move to the next issue. In short, Kate Dolmain is a terrific colleague and someone who works tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the highest quality experience for our students.
The Chip Brown Award is presented to a male student athlete who embodied the spirit of Colin Chip Brown. Those qualities include being a consummate team player, unselfishness, dedication, high energy, positive attitude, sincerity, honesty, and overall commitment to his teammates, coaches, and program. The recipient should be a good citizen and well respected by the athletic staff and other members of the college community. The winner is...
In 2016, I remember telling Ben, do not come to Babson if you want to be sure to play college soccer. I was not certain he could make the team. He spent 4 years proving me wrong, eventually becoming a co-captain. In his senior year, although he absolutely could have and should have been a starter, instead he became much more valuable, entering the game off the sideline, providing a major boost to his team every time. This describes his career, adjusting and adapting to whatever the team needed. Hardworking, smart, and all about the team and its success. Telling him or his teammates they could not do something only drove him harder to succeed. After 4 years of pride, hustle, desire, and commitment to excellence, he became one of the best leaders Babson Athletics has ever seen. His passion and desire to win is unsurpassed. Sometimes I think he is a throwback to the 70s, the way he challenges those around him. Ben's sense of humor and ability to show teammates what it means to be a Babson soccer player were invaluable. He made everyone around him better on and off the field, leading the team to the conference championship and the NCAA tourney. He truly embodies what the Chip Brown Award is all about.
The Laurie Vengro Award is presented to a female student athlete who exemplifies the same special qualities that Laurie demonstrated throughout her 4 years here at Babson. Those qualities include dedication, leadership, sportsmanship, commitment, courage, and the determination to succeed. The recipient should be sound academically, involved in the community, and well represented by all. The winner is...
Katie is captain of the 2020 softball team. She is co-president of SAC, a worker in the Sports Information Department office, a tutor for athletes, and a worker for game management, as well as working in the equipment room. Katie missed her freshman year of softball due to elbow surgery. During the rehab, she never missed an appointment with the trainer and was also present for every pitching workout that all the pitchers attended, even though she was unable to pitch. Katie would stand next to the pitching coach, absorbing everything that was said, while offering encouragement to all the pitchers. During the summer following her surgery, she would work with a pitching coach who was an hour and a half away. She also drove hours to pitch in summer league games. During her junior and senior years, Katie was an invaluable member of the tutoring team. She would never turn down a request to help a fellow athlete out, even if it meant sacrificing her own free time. Katie was an invaluable worker in the sports information department as well as working game management. She was always willing to help out when needed, even if it meant volunteering for an early Sunday morning shift. As captain of the softball team, Katie led by example. A hard worker on the field as well as in the weight room, she always put the team first and embodied our core values.
The Conlon Award is presented to a male and female athlete who has demonstrated the qualities of love, care, and dedication to the members of their team. The recipients must embody the following qualities: leadership, integrity, loyalty, academic excellence, and most importantly, a willingness to find the time to care. The winners are...
Leading by example in all areas around Babson Park, Sean Harrington has stood out as a stellar athlete, model citizen, and exemplary student. His love for his school, his team, and the greater Babson community make Sean a most deserving recipient of the Conlon Award. As an athlete, Sean will go down in the chronicles as one of the best ever to play at Babson. A 4-year starter, Sean was a 2-time captain and backbone of the most successful teams in school history. Over the course of his career, Sean garnered regional and national recognitions, and last season he helped Babson reach the College World Series for the first time in school history. A dedicated student athlete throughout his entire career at Babson, Sean exhibited great leadership and integrity both on and off the field. He was instrumental in reviving Babson's chapter of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and he worked tirelessly with athletics, health and wellness, and the NCAA to help deliver to Babson the groundbreaking programming Project Team. For his dedication to his team and school, for his commitment to leadership and integrity, and for his academic excellence, I am proud to present Sean Harrington as your Conlon Award winner.
Maggie Rourke is the embodiment of what the Conlon Award stands for. The challenges and obstacles Maggie has overcome to just be on the lacrosse field are enough to make even the toughest, most dedicated athlete think twice about continuing to play. But not Maggie. In the face of 2 season-ending injuries, she maintained total commitment to her teammates. She showed up every day with a big smile, words of encouragement, and unending positivity. She put others before herself, no matter the situation, and always thought about how she could help the team. Her unselfish leadership style extended off the field as a 3-year RA in the dorms and as a reliable presence on the Webster Center front desk staff. And in this, her senior season, Maggie made her way back from the sidelines to the lacrosse field, returning as a starter who played every minute there was to play. She led our team as a captain through challenging, uncertain times with her signature, unselfish, team-first positivity. I am so proud of the teammate, leader, and woman Maggie is. She will be missed a great deal next year, but I am so excited to watch her continue to lead with her whole heart and tackle the challenges most of us would shy away from. Congratulations, Maggie.
In 2016, Babson was awarded the NCAA Choices Grant for an initiative called Project Team. Project Team, a collaborative effort between Wellness and Prevention Services and athletics, is now complete. All of our 22 varsity teams participated in 4 student-led workshops over 3 years. Many student athletes demonstrated leadership within the project. Some of you served as facilitators, a few attended the Apple Training Institute, and others served on the Project Team Advisory Committee. Project Team has both a legacy and a future. Because of the project, we are seeing healthier, safer teams. Many of you crafted team values and expectations. the college is redesigning its approach to medical amnesty, and it is clear that student athletes play a critical role in campus culture change. Now, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee will continue the work of Project Team. We look forward to celebrating and honoring this project further when we're permitted back on campus. Thank you for engaging thoughtfully in this effort and for giving us the opportunity to give back to the Babson Athletic Program. I'd like to now hand it back to Mike to introduce and present the inaugural Project Team Award.
Thank you, Ashley and Elise, for your exemplary partnership and work together on this project. Although the grant's ended, we are committed to continuing on with the work of Project Team. Our next award is presented actually to two athletes, a male and a female, who demonstrate the following: care and commitment to health and wellness beyond the expectations and demands of their sport. They value leadership, trust, integrity, service, compassion, and influence. Our two winners this year are the perfect recipients for the inaugural Project Team Award, as they went above and beyond to lead their teams in the engagement of the workshops and the objectives of the program. Our male recipient, Sean Harrington, has been an active supporter of the program from the start, serving on the Project Team Advisory Committee and attending 2 Apple Training Institutes. Our female recipient, Avery Tronson, led her team through the challenging Workshop 3 curriculum earnestly and was a true champion of Project Team. Congratulations to our winners, and thank you for being exemplary citizens and models of the Babson culture of care.
Hi everyone. I really wish that we could all be together in the same room for what has always been a very special night for me at Babson. But even though we're remote, I'm really delighted to have the opportunity to share a few words with you all. You know, a few years ago when I spoke at this event, I read a letter to my younger self that was filled with what I thought were useful reflections that might have proved valuable at an earlier age. And this is typical during this time of year, seniors being gifted with reflections from speakers genuinely trying to offer advice, words of wisdom, and guidance about preparing for the next phase of life. I think that my favorite graduation speech also happens to be a story about the shortest speech. The honored commencement speaker was quite ill and not feeling up to giving his full remarks. So he stood up, went to the podium and said, "We're leaving you a beautiful world. Don't screw it up." Then brilliantly, he sat down. And that was pretty good advice, up until about 8 weeks ago. Now I'm not so sure what kind of world we're actually leaving you. So rather than me trying to find the right words to describe how I think you should be feeling at this moment, let me instead offer just a few thoughts on how I feel about you. And in so doing, you'll know at least how much your presence at Babson has meant to me personally. I think that gratitude is one of the best coping mechanisms, especially during challenging times. And I'm so very grateful that my time and tenure at Babson has overlapped with yours. I've really enjoyed watching you compete on the court, the field, on the pitch, on the ice, the course, the track, and in the pool. I've been impressed with your leadership and contributions to this community outside of athletics as well. Of course, I've also been inspired by your winning performances and seeing you and your teammates on your best days. Yet I'm also grateful for your reminders, especially to me, about what really matters in sport and in life, after seeing how you've responded to what I know were heartbreaking losses, including for some, the loss of a final season. Yet what I know for sure is that the time that I've spent quietly watching you practice, or attending your games, or simply exchanging a warm smile in between classes on campus, has always lifted my spirits and added to my satisfaction with my own Babson experience. What I know for sure is that not only do you matter to me, but I'm so thankful that you've always made me feel as though I matter to you. Every athlete at your level understands that life is sometimes unfair. These circumstances may have prematurely taken away your cleats and skates and sneakers. These circumstances may have caused you to lay down your sticks and bats and balls and surrender your uniforms. But the memories that you've given us can never be taken away. These circumstances cannot take away the love and respect that you have for your sport and your teammates. Neither can they take away the many lessons learned, the growth achieved, or the joy that's been experienced. Each of these grows in value over time and will endure. What I know for sure is that I'm also grateful for your coaches and training staff who've mentored, challenged, and believed in you even when you didn't fully believe in yourself. They made you realize that you were capable of more than you imagined and kept your feet and your head in the same place. What I know for sure is that I'll always be grateful to have had the opportunity to see and know who you really are. So thank you, seniors. And thank you, parents and families, for sharing these remarkable young people with me and with this community. To each of you, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
The Gavoni Student Athlete of the Class Award is presented to a male and female student athlete who has demonstrated excellence in the classroom as well as their sport. The athletic accomplishments should parallel the athlete of the class criteria. These recipients must be highly respected by the academic as well as the athletic community and must be at least a 3-year student athlete. The winners are
McIntyre Henderson started his Babson ski racing career off with a win in only his 3rd race. He went on to win a total of 5 more races in what turned out to be a brilliant record-setting career. 5 victories, 16 top 3 finishes, 35 top 8 finishes. In Mac's 4 years, the men's team set numerous records in division, regional, and national competition. The highlight of his career came in 2018 when he, fellow teammates Jack Blanchard and Sean Robinson won the USCSA Slalom National Championship title, a first in program history. In 2019, Mac was recognized as a top skier in the McConnell division. He completed his career as a 4-time Scholar Athlete recipient and 7-time All-American, most in program history, and a record he holds with fellow teammate Jack Blanchard. Like all our athletes here at Babson, Mac's primary focus and most important achievement was in the classroom, where he was able to maintain a 3.93 GPA, which is the highest of all Scholar athletes. Congratulations, Mako. Nice job. Elizabeth Baer had an immediate impact, adding depth to an already strong women's team. She placed 8th, 4th, and 4th in her first 3 collegiate ski races. On March 12, 2020, Lizzie closed the book on the most prolific career in Babson College women's ski racing history. 2 career wins, 12 top 3 finishes, 42 top 10 finishes, 52 finishes out of 55 career starts. The team during her 4 years also saw unprecedented success in regular season, regional, and national championship results, most notably 3 straight 4th place finishes at the USCSA National Championships. Our 2020 captain, a 6-time All-American and 4-time Scholar Athlete recipient. Her primary mission, however, was to succeed in the classroom, and with her 3.30 GPA, she has done just that. Lizzie was the quintessential team skier, and we may never see these numbers again. We thank you for all you have done for our program. We will miss your leadership, yoga classes, and mandatory Starbucks coffee stops on our way to every ski race.
The athlete of the class is presented to a male and female student athlete who has made a major contribution to his or her sport through excellence in their sport. These athletes should be the recipient of regional as well as national awards and should have been recognized by the conference they participate in. The recipients must have the respective coaches and peers alike and need to be at least a 3-year student athlete. The winners are
It is with great honor that I present Chris Bornhurst with the Male Athlete of the Year Award. Chris has had an outstanding career over the past 4 years. On the national stage, Chris earned honorable mention All-American honors in 2018 and was just named third-team All-American for 2020. He is just one of two-time All-Americans in program history. Chris put together his best season of his career this past year with a 72.07 stroke average and recorded top 5 finishes in 7 events. Besides Chris's stellar play on the course, he is a leader off the course as he was named co-captain his junior and senior years. His passion, motivation, and caring for the team has led to the successes we have had for the program these past 4 years. Not many players can elevate a program with just their talent, but with Chris's play along with his leadership ability has led the way in inspiring others to find the best in their games. It has been an honor to have Chris on the team these past 4 years, and I look forward to seeing Chris take these talents into the next chapter of his career on and off the golf course.
Lizzie's time as our setter and leader have been our most successful 4 years ever. Lizzie gave our team the confidence that if we could just keep the ball off the floor, she'd find a way to give them a set they could kill. This to me is the most important technical skill a setter can have, and Lizzie's the best I've ever seen at that. She's not only our all-time assist leader, she's the only player to have a 1,000 assist season, and she did that 3 times. Lizzie's skills as a setter would have been nothing without her character, however, her relentless drive to succeed. Lizzie is a savage competitor in all activities, from playoff matches to mini games in practice. If you're keeping score, Lizzie will find a way to win. This inspired her teammates in a major way. She showed with her example of giving nothing less than her best at all times. Being the best player and the toughest competitor is a rare combination. That started from her first day in the program. Lizzie was NUMAC Rookie of the Year as a freshman. She ended as the NUMAC Player of the Year as a senior, and was the only 4-time first-team All-NUMAC selection in program history, and she received All-America honors 3 times. These accolades came from Lizzie's daily commitment to giving her best to her team, and a refusal to accept anything less. Lizzie's leadership raised the bar for competition in our gym now and for the future.
Established in the name of George S. Wilson Sr., the Wilson Award honors academic achievement, athletics excellence, community service, and leadership by a Babson female student athlete. The nominee must have a minimum 3.0 grade point average and should be the recipient of conference, regional, and/or national awards. Service and leadership activities that impact the campus community, region, or nation are also required. This year's winner is...
Kristen is an amazing leader who's helped us create a team of trust, togetherness, and positivity. As we've tried to build a culture of learning, where we train ugly and embrace mistakes as part of the process, Kristen has set the tone for our team. Her example helped us be comfortable with messy practices, being willing to look silly and fail as she practiced at the edges of her abilities and continually added to her game. Kristen's daily dedication to getting better helped her learn to see the game at a high level and anticipate her opponent's moves. As a result, she's our all-time leading blocker and 5th all-time in hitting. Kristen's impact extends beyond her abilities on the court. She's incredibly kind and caring towards others and is welcoming and warm with young people. Her leadership helps her teammates move on from setbacks, stay together under pressure, and trust in themselves. When we faced tough moments, her teammates knew they could look to Kristen for reassurance and positivity. She's a special person, and I'm privileged to be her coach.
You know, when I think back to my time at Babson, I mean, it helped me in so many different ways, like the experience of being on campus with a bunch of like-minded people, everyone studying business or entrepreneurship or some slant around that. So there was this instant community.
Established in the name of Eric Dosal, the Dosal Award honors academic achievement, athletics excellence, community service, and leadership of a Babson male student-athlete. The nominee must have a minimum 3.0 grade point average and should be the recipient of conference, regional, and/or national awards. Service and leadership activities that impact the campus community, region, or nation are also required. The winner is
Steven Heinzelman is a huge success story and the type of person we love to have as part of this program. Due to injury, he played very little his senior year of high school. For his first 2 years here, he struggled to get to full strength and compete. A new man emerged coming into his junior year, both as a keeper and a leader. His biggest weaknesses have become tremendous strengths. Steven has stepped up his game and taken it to a completely new level. He owned the keeper's box, making incredible saves against some of the best teams in the country. Like his fellow co-captain Ben Holman, he has shown us never underestimate the power of the will to succeed. Steven became one of the top 5 keepers in New England, shutting out Tufts, the #1 team in the nation, and WPI in the New MAC final. 2 major wins that earned his team an NCAA bid. For Team Impact member Will McEwen family, Steven gave his time and energy to continue and build that relationship. Steven also was a driving force last year for the team's participation in the annual MS Walk Boston fundraiser. At Boston University, he led the warm-up for thousands that had gathered there for the walk. Because Steven was injured his senior year, I had few opportunities to see him play. He came to Babson to compete as a walk-on for the goalie job, and he certainly made the most of it. A top scholar and athlete, he's the perfect recipient of the first Eric Dosal Award.
Well, that about wraps it up. What a night. Congratulations to all of our award winners. This event puts a bow on a little bit of a different year, but a year that was really successful nonetheless. Here's a few pieces of information that give you an idea of just how successful it was and how historic this year was really looking to be. We had 7 teams enter the national tournament this year, and 7 teams made national polls. That's a record for Babson. We had 4 teams win conference championships and 2 teams win conference playoff championships. 4 of our coaches achieved highlights and milestones for their careers. Dave Kanan won his 500th game as head coach of women's softball. Judy Blidstrom won her 650th game as head coach of women's basketball. Eric Neely recorded his 200th victory as head volleyball coach. And Nellie Penault won her 100th career game as head coach for women's soccer. Our men's soccer team knocked off defending and back-to-back national champion Tufts and ended their 30-game win streak. And speaking of win streaks, our volleyball team put together a 22-match unbeaten streak in the midst of a 33-win campaign that was the highest win total in the history of our volleyball program. Just awesome stuff. Really tremendous year for our program. Before I move along to the video and wrap things up, there are a number of thanks that I need to send out, first and foremost to President Spinelli and to Dean Ward for your absolutely unwavering commitment to our program. To campus partners like Ed Chu and Courtney Minden, really important contributors to the success of our program, thank you for always being there for our student athletes. To our coaches and our staff, thank you for your hard work throughout the year. It really shows in everything that we do. I want to thank our parents and our families for the opportunity to spend just a few short years with your children. I really enjoyed the opportunity to get to know them and to learn and to grow with them. I want to thank a few special members of my team, Scott Dietz, Jeremy Veens, Temi Baj, and Nellie Pinault, for your hard work on this event. You put together a tremendous program, and I couldn't be more proud to partner with you in that. I also want to thank and send a special shout out to our Student Athlete Advisory Council, and especially their leadership group. That group has worked with me and Shannon Tarosian to transform into one of the most influential groups on campus, helping me to problem solve and to suggest innovative new programs in mental health for our student athletes. Project Team is another group who deserves a ton of recognition, not only for launching a program that battles the nexus between alcoholism and sexual violence, but also for bringing that program to fruition. Thank you guys so much for volunteering to help on that very important cause. I also want to thank all of our donors and supporters who may be watching in the audience tonight. People like Brian and Pam Barefoot, Len Green, Eric Dosal, Rick Renwick, Dave and Laura Lemire, Aram Hintlian, Gloria Gutierrez, Stephen and Catherine Bravo. These folks have made commitments, investments in our program for the betterment of our student athletes. And we would not be where we are today without your support and without the support of all the other thousands of alumni out there who give to our program on a regular basis. So thank you all very much for your support. And finally, I want to thank our seniors. We arrived at Babson together in the fall of 2016. I can recall meeting Sean Harrington on the golf course at the baseball golf tournament before I even got to Babson that fall. I remember visiting the Stockey Gymnasium and introducing myself to the volleyball team. And that's where I met Kristen Carasoto and Lizzie Cameron. And I remember introducing myself to Vanessa Anway at the equipment room window, one of my first days on the job. We grew up together here in a special way, and I'll always remember this group for the incredible contributions that you have made to our program. While this year didn't end up the way we would have hoped, this group leaves Babson in a much better place than when they came here. They depart Babson as one of the most accomplished groups of student athletes in our history. We're eternally grateful for everything you've done on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in the greater community. Thank you guys very much for being incredible representatives of this institution. I hope you'll join me now as we close the program with a video montage of some of the greatest highlights you'll see anywhere. Thank you all very much for joining us tonight. And go Babbo. That's a wrap. Yep, break it down. Head to the video.
I stay strong, forever young, may you live long. With perseverance, hold on and stand tall. Never back down with my back against the wall. am unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. You know. I am courageous. Yeah. I am strong. I'm strong. I am unbreakable. I am fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I am fearless. I am fearless. You know. I am fearless. You know. I am fearless. You can't stop me. You gotta get up and go get it. You gotta want it from the soul, you gotta feel it. You gotta seize it every moment, every minute, every time you get a chance, you gotta live it. Handle your business. I'm never scared with no fear, I'm well aware. I stay ready, I'm well prepared. I risk it all for the cause, take a risk and put it all on the line. I'm fearless. Yeah, I'm fearless. I'm fearless. Nothing can ever hold me back. Nothing. I am unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Yeah. You know. I am courageous. I am strong. I'm strong. I am unbreakable. You can't break me. I'm fearless. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I am fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I am fearless. You know. I am fearless. You know. I am fearless. I'm fearless. Yeah. I'm fearless. I'm fearless. Nothing can ever hold me back. Nothing. I am unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm fearless. I am fearless. I'm fearless, you know.
Love when you're telling me one day we'll think of these moments. Cause I just like this, ain't this the little things? Every single second is golden. Hold on to the moment. Hold on to the moment. Every single second is golden. Hold on to the moment. Hold on to the moment. Like this, and it's the